Certainly bio-individuality is going to be key here, which just means everybody's going to be a little bit different in terms of how well they do eating at different times of the day. I think what your question makes me want to ask you is, why do you think you're eating so much more at dinner than you are throughout the rest of the day? If you're like most Americans, you're eating a breakfast that's full of carbohydrates, things like grains and fruit. You're running around all day, probably not fueling yourself adequately, grabbing snacks here and there. So it would make sense that by dinner time, you're completely ravenous. What I would recommend is that you try to switch that around. Really front load your day with lots of protein and healthy fats, starting with breakfast. You'll find that it gives you much more energy to keep you going longer throughout the day and leaves you without craving so much more food as the day goes on. I think you'll find that by dinner time, you can eat a smaller portion of food, which for most people tends to be a healthier way to live. By the time we're getting ready to wind down our night and get ready for bed, we don't really need to be eating huge quantities of food, assuming we've fueled well throughout the day.